This is Newcap News with Bart Pediasic.
Good evening. It's an outbreak that has puzzled the NHL. 9 players on 3 teams have contracted mumps this season. Team doctors and staff are trying to get to the bottom of it and prevent the spread of the virus. Anna Stanislaw took to the rink to find out what local players are doing for their well-being in this week's Healthy Living.
It's practice night for these Bantam AAA hockey players getting ready for a game on the weekend. And off the ice, these players make sure their health is top of mind.
Drink lots of water in the room, make sure have lots of fluid in our bodies before games and stuff, and maybe protein bar in between periods.
Get lots of sleep is the main one. Eat healthy at home, and then before games, after games. Just make sure you get the right food in my body.
I always preach to them that, you know what, you guys are high-level athletes. You're playing the best hockey that you can in Alberta and even in Western Canada, and they need to treat their bodies like that.
The extremely contagious mumps virus causes swelling and pain of the salivary glands, along with fever and loss of appetite, and it usually affects children.
About 10% of cases cause meningitis or an inflammation of the lining around the brain. It can also cause inflammation of the pancreas. It can also cause inflammation of the testicles or ovaries, and in some instances can lead to hearing loss as well.
NHL teams have already taken precautions, and head coach Sean Coulter says he drills his players on safe practices like washing their hands and getting enough nutrition and rest.
You never know how it might run through a team and how it might take over. As far as just a regular sickness, though, we battle it all the time, so we try and isolate that as much as we can and not sharing water bottles and things like that. That's huge.
If you're coughing or sneezing, talking, droplets might come out of your mouth and land on someone else's nose or mouth and cause infection.
So far, the team says no one has come down with mumps or any other conditions on the road.
If they got sick during the week, they just stayed home, skipped maybe a day of practice, and hopefully felt better.
If kids are sick, let them stay home. Don't bring them into the locker room, and definitely don't share water bottles.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
Visitors to the town of Bonnyville will soon have more choices when it comes to finding a place to stay. This week, officials broke ground on a new hotel that will be built on the East End. Fraser Snowden has more.
I'm very excited to have this project underway.
Shovels dug into the cold, crisp snow to mark the celebration of the new building. Microtel Inn and Suites, a division of Wyndham Hotels, will make a home here next year.
It's something that we envisioned about 2 and 3 years ago in looking at this bare land site, and now we're seeing the fruits of our labor.
Microtel will provide an 87-room building, which will help alleviate the pressure of a lack of hotel space in the area.
We all remember the nightmares of people trying to find rooms. We know that we've got the weddings and things like that where people are trying to stay, and then we've got the tourism.
With the hotel and the new McDonald's restaurant slated to open by next week, the mayor believes this is only the beginning for development in the town of Bonnyville.
All of these hotels, all of the restaurants, all of the growth in our service industry, that's all long term. We're not here for the short term, we're here for the long term. We're looking at the long term, doing our diligence.
The Wyndham brand hotel is not your typical one, though. Officials say it will be an energy efficient building. With features like triple paned windows and LED lighting, it will be different from the rest.
More contemporary look. We focused as well on, a little bit simpler, a little bit cleaner finishes. All the way through, it's going to just have a little bit nicer feel to it and be a step up.
Developers also have a plan in place to add a second phase to the building if it proves to be popular. The hotel is set to open in the fall of 2015. In Bonnyville, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.
It's the time of year for gift giving, and the Salvation Army received one of their biggest gifts this afternoon in the shape of a check. The Bordertown Hog chapter donated just over $12,000 from their annual toy run.
As a group, we took a vote and decided on the 3 charities we were going to donate to this year, which was Salvation Army, Kids Sport, and Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Every dollar that we get makes a difference when we get nice big ones like this. It definitely helps supports our programs, whether it's the food bank or the other programs that we do through community services.
Anderson says the toy run is getting bigger and better each year, allowing them to continue donating.
It's overwhelming. The amount of support this community gives us so we can do this every year, and it's an overwhelming feeling.
The Salvation Army staff say Christmas is their biggest time for donations and encourages everyone with food or money to give to drop by the church.